same logic that we did in the beginning. So this is what a universal set is. So now, before we move on to before we move on to the next stage, there are a few more things which I need to tell you. Okay? Okay, yes. So now, as you can see, that this is something very different. As you can see, there's something very different. So let's really continue. Okay. So before I move on, guys, now this is what it is. It is okay, guys. It is similar. Okay, it is similar to the concept of union. Okay, union of sets. Okay, it is similar to the concept of the union of sets. Okay, this is one thing we have to really look at. Now, obviously, it is something similar. Now, you might be like, why am I telling you this right now? But later on, as we study, what a universal set is, or what what sort of set A union B is, then you'll understand what I mean. So don't worry about that right now. Just keep this in your mind. It's better to keep this in your mind, but you can forget, so you can note this down as well. That's totally up to you. So now we are going to focus on Venn diagrams, guys. We are going to focus on Venn diagrams. So let's just move on from this. Okay? Venn diagrams. So in Venn diagrams, we are not going to study anything special. We are just going to look at basic things in Venn diagrams, but my apologies. Before we go to Venn diagrams, we are going to look at power set. Okay? So what is a power set? That's what we're going to look at. What exactly is a power set? Okay? So now let's do it. Okay, so this is very simple. It is the number of all guys. Okay, it is the number of all subsets of set A, it is the number of all subsets of set A. Now you don't have to keep on saying set A, you can just say of A, because you're assuming it is set A. But reason why I'm talking in deeply in set notation is for those of you who are not used to that language, you can understand. So next time I just write A, just assume that. But anyways, so now let's do it. So in PA, okay, so this is power set notation. In PA, in power, this is power set notation. So now every element in the set, every element is a set. Okay? So every element is a set. Okay? So let's just make it better, guys. Yeah. Every element is a set. Okay, so now what we are going to do is I am going to really explain in general what a power set is. So let's just do it now. Okay, let's just do it now. So let me just give this explanation to all of you. Give this explanation to all of you. So it's something very simple, but before I demonstrate it, let me just write it down. So guys, in general, if A is a set, if A is a set, if A is a set where with or where you can with or where the power set of A is equal to n. So now the notation for power set, the notation for power set is this. This is the notation for power set, guys. Okay, this is the power set notation. So this is power set notation. So this is power set notation. So now you're talking about set A. Okay? Talking about set A. And M is the number of sets it results. Now how does this work? You're probably thinking. Then it can be shown that, okay? So let's do it now. Then, okay, it can be shown, then can be shown that the power set of A, so this is how you write it. The power set of A, so the number of, okay, so this is the number of power sets of A is equal to 2 to the power m, okay, 2 to the power m, okay. So now here 2 to the power m, what happens is that 2 to the power m, guys, here, so 2 to the power of m is greater than m, okay, so it is NA, number of sets here. So I'm going to demonstrate this. So 2 to the power m is supposed to be greater than m, but this is the formula. This is the formula that you have to understand. Just keep it in your mind, decipher it, and you'll probably understand it, later on. You'll probably understand it later on. But just keep it in your mind. Keep it in your mind and try and just decipher it. Okay? Now just give me a second, guys. Just give me a second. Okay. Yeah. So let's move on. Okay? So now we are going to talk about, now that we've talked about the power set, now we're going to be talking about Venn diagrams. Okay? Now we're going to talk about Venn diagrams. But before we talk about Venn diagrams, let me give you an example. Okay? Let me give you an example before we talk about Venn diagrams. Now just remember one thing, guys, that I may not remember what a power set is properly. Now I apologize for that, but sometimes it happens, but let's just give it a go. So what is the formula, guys? Let's write the formula first. NPA, okay, is equal to 2 to the power m, okay, where m is, okay, where 2 to the power m, okay, 2 to the power m is greater than n. So this is the formula that you have to keep in mind. So say A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now what is gonna happen there? What is gonna happen now? What's gonna happen, guys, is that how many subsets are you going to have? That's one thing that you have to see. Okay, so I think, guys, right now I don't exactly remember how this is done. In my mind there's some confusion. In my mind there is some confusion. But let me just try. If I forget about the confusion, maybe we can get this done. So basically what happens, guys, is this is what happens. So you'll have 1, okay, you'll have 2, okay, you'll have 3, okay, you'll have 4, okay, you'll have 4, and then you'll have 5, okay. So basically you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you'll have 6 because it's in 1. So here you will have the total number of power sets that you will have will be 6. Now the problem is that the formula used to compute this, I don't really remember that right now. And because I don't remember that right now, I'll maybe sneak this in another video later on, because I don't want to give you the wrong information. Guys, sometimes it happens, we already know the information in our heads. We already have the information in our heads, but sometimes we're in doubt, of certain information. And I don't want to give you the wrong information, So I'll have a look at that and I'll tell you. Okay? So now let's move on to Venn diagrams. Okay? Venn diagrams. So now what are Venn diagrams? I really apologize about the power set, but it happens sometimes.